What if the person everyone loves isn't really you? What if you've been so busy becoming what others want that you forgot who you actually are? This is a story about a boy who had everything except himself. There was a boy named Oliver who lived in a small town surrounded by hills. Oliver wasn't the smartest kid in school. He wasn't the fastest runner. He wasn't the funniest either. But Oliver had a gift. He could read people. He knew exactly what they wanted to hear, what would make them smile, what would make them like him. When he was with the popular kids, he acted cool and careless. When he was with the teachers, he became polite and obedient. At home, he was the perfect son, quiet, helpful, never causing trouble. Everyone loved Oliver. "What a wonderful boy," they said. But late at night, when Oliver was alone in his room, he felt empty, like he was wearing 100 masks and none of them were his face. He didn't know who he was anymore. Years passed. Oliver grew older, but the patterns stayed the same. In college, he joined groups he didn't care about just because they were popular. He dated someone he didn't love because everyone expected it. He chose a career his parents wanted, not the one his heart whispered about. He became a businessman, successful, well-dressed, always smiling at meetings, always saying the right thing. People admired him, but Oliver felt like a shadow, a copy of a person. He would sit in his expensive apartment, staring at the ceiling, asking himself, "When did I stop being me?" He couldn't remember. The worst part, he was afraid. Afraid that if he stopped performing, if he stopped being what everyone wanted, no one would love him. So he kept pretending, kept performing, kept disappearing. One evening, Oliver went to an old street market. He wasn't sure why. Maybe he was tired of the shiny city. Maybe he was searching for something. He walked past fruit sellers, fabric stalls, and jewelry carts. Then he saw an old woman sitting behind a table covered with mirrors. Small mirrors, big mirrors, broken mirrors, all different shapes. "Looking for something?" the old woman asked. Oliver shrugged. "I don't know what I'm looking for." The woman smiled gently. She picked up a small, dusty mirror and handed it to him. "Look into this," she said. Oliver looked, but instead of seeing his reflection, he saw nothing. The mirror was empty. He frowned. "It's broken." "No," the woman said. "It's honest. This mirror only shows what's real, and right now, you're not there." Oliver's chest tightened. "You've spent so long being what others need that you've become invisible to yourself. You're a reflection of everyone else's expectations, but a reflection isn't real. It has no weight, no warmth, no soul." Tears filled Oliver's eyes. "How do I come back?" he whispered. The woman placed her hand on his. "You stop performing. You start choosing, even if it disappoints people, even if it feels uncomfortable. You choose what's true for you." All right, so gather round close. This one's a bit spooky. It was last summer, just over that ridge. A group just like us, they heard it first. A sort of scraping sound, slow, real slow from deep in the trees. And then the whispering started. Couldn't make out words, just sibilant-like. One of them, he pointed his flashlight out there towards the sound. Nothing, just blackness. But the whispering, it got louder, almost personal, He swore he saw eyes, just for a second, reflecting the beam back, low to the ground, too low. They packed up fast, real fast, didn't even douse the fire properly, just ran. And the whole time, that scraping, that whispering, it seemed to be following them. So, if you hear anything tonight, maybe, just maybe, keep your flashlights off. Oliver left the market that night with the empty mirror in his bag. The next morning, something changed. At work, his boss asked him to take on another project he hated. For the first time, Oliver said, "No, I don't think this is right for me." His boss looked shocked, but Oliver felt alive. He called his parents and told them he wanted to quit his job and study art, something he'd loved as a child but had buried. They were disappointed. They argued, but Oliver didn't break. He stayed kind but firm. "I need to live my life," he said, "not the life you imagined for me." Slowly, Oliver started peeling off the masks. He stopped hanging out with people who drained him. He ended the relationship that felt like acting. He wore clothes he liked, not clothes that impressed. Some people left his life. Some judged him. Some didn't understand. But others, real ones, stayed. And new people came. People who loved him for who he actually was. One day, Oliver looked into the old woman's mirror again. This time, he saw himself. Not perfect, not polished, just real. And for the first time in years, he smiled a smile that belonged to him. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. You will lose people when you stop performing. But the people you lose were never loving you. They were loving the character you played. And yes, it's scary because we've been taught that love is something we earn by being good enough, likable enough, useful enough. But real love, the kind that fills you up, doesn't come from performance. It comes from presence. When you show up as your real self, flawed and honest and imperfect, you give others permission to do the same. You build connections that actually matter. The masks you wear to protect yourself, they're the same masks that keep you lonely. So, let me ask you, who are you performing for? What version of yourself are you pretending to be, hoping someone will finally love you? Stop. Stop shrinking. Stop twisting. Stop hiding the parts of you that don't fit into someone else's idea of perfect. Your life will change the moment you choose to be real. Not louder, not better, not more impressive, just real. Because the world doesn't need another copy. It needs you. The messy, uncertain, beautifully imperfect you. If this story touched your heart, hit the like button, drop a comment telling me one way you're going to stop performing and start being real, and subscribe for more stories that remind you who you truly are. See you in the next one.